Most of my life recently as a college student athlete and entrepreneur has not only felt busy, but unpredictable and even unsustainable at times. But recently, things have slowed down a bit. And honestly, I've started to find real joy, focus, and progress in the mundane days in life. Today has been a perfect example of that. Nothing glamorous, just a run, some filming, and then a quiet day of editing. But I found that these are precisely the kinds of days that I need to stack up in order to achieve real success.
Good morning. It is not even that early. It's like just past 7. Gonna be vlogging today. Gonna show you what it's like, day in the life of a Division I college runner, and also running the biz. So got a little bit of filming to do this morning and a little bit of editing to do later on in the day. And then of course, a run first thing. So that's what I gotta knock out right now. Just a recovery day, just an easy chill run. But yeah, kind of a routine day. Wanted to show you guys what it's like. Shoe of choice today is the Nike Structure 25s. Gotta have some structure for these freaking injury-prone shins. Just an easy hour today. I try and do these easy days as much on soft surface as possible. Hence the reason I found some dirt. Seems to really help with just making my legs feel all right, making sure my shins don't get too overworked. Time for strides. Today was definitely a slog. Not very far, not very fast. 58 minutes, 25 seconds, 7.5 miles, average is 7:47. Just got back from the run and I gotta hurry and get ready because in about 20 minutes, I gotta head over to the track that's right next to my house. I'm meeting a friend there who's actually long jumping in Eugene in a couple of weeks, whenever USA's is. He's competing at USA Track and Field Championships. We're just gonna do some hype reel stuff. But before I do that, I wanted to go over kind of what my training is looking like in the summertime and really what a college runner's training looks like in general. Okay, I hope you can see this. It's gonna be kind of rough. Maybe I'll use a darker color here. But essentially, Sundays are off. I've never run on Sundays, and honestly, I don't plan to start. That's just a total recovery day. And then Wednesdays, I do a cross train. So I don't actually run at all on Wednesdays. I've had a lot of different injuries in college, and it's just worked out best that kind of midweek, I have a cross training session, and I actually gotten up to the point where I'm cross training for 2 hours in one session. So kind of a lot of cross training, but no running there. And then Mondays and Thursdays are designed to really just be my recovery days. So typically it's about an hour with strides. We do strides and sprints on Monday and just strides on Thursday. We do 8 of them. And that means that Tuesday and Friday are workout days. Tuesday, typically we have a higher volume, lower intensity workout in the AM, and then a lower volume, higher intensity workout in the PM. Right now we're doing like 30 to 40 minutes of steady state in the morning, and then doing hills in the evening. And then Friday, typically we have a double. It's not always like a double threshold. Like for example, this Friday we have, I think like 30-ish minutes of tempo in the morning, broken up into sets, and then like a 30-minute double in the evenings. And then I do a long run on Saturday. And all together, I'm running about 60 miles a week right now, which is pretty low mileage for a college runner. But I'm also not running 2 days in the week. So that's 60 miles in 5 days. And a lot of people like to count cross training, you know, like convert it to mileage and running. And if you were to do that, it would be like 10 minutes. Cross training is equal to 1 mile. So that'd be like 72 miles. Which is still kind of on the low end for college runners, but I would say like 70 and above is starting to be
pretty competitive mileage, but that's essentially the structure that I do. Obviously, a lot of college runners are gonna run on Sundays. Not all of them are gonna cross-train in a day. If I wasn't cross-training on Wednesdays, I would be doing like a midweek long run, probably like a 90-minute, 12 mile, something like that. And obviously different workouts are gonna be different and mileage is gonna be different, but I would say this is a pretty typical schedule. I've also done it before where I have workouts Tuesday, Thursday. That's pretty common. The idea here is to keep everything hard on those 2 workout days so that we can have really, really designated recovery days on Mondays and Thursdays. So it's low volume, low intensity. We just do some strides. If I do lifting, it'll be on Tuesdays and Fridays. I have no idea if that was helpful for anybody or if anybody was even interested in that, but there it is. All right, just got to the track, and like I said, one of my friends is actually competing in the USA Track and Field Championships in a couple weeks in Eugene. He's a long jumper. He jumped at ISU, was really good. And we've actually stayed in touch because we actually work at the same facility. I make all the social media content for them, and he's a coach and a trainer there. And he's continued to compete post-collegially and jumped a couple weeks ago and qualified him for USA's, and so that's where he's headed. So we're gonna do some like company videos of stuff that we can post on the social media, and then just some stuff for him, kind of just hype video type stuff. So should be super fun. This is one of my favorite things to do, is film athletes, and luckily it's not distance runners this time, because it's hard to make distance runners look cool, but it's not hard to make jumpers look cool. So
the only way to film really good track content is with some sort of electric, motorized, rideable.
Once we came back of the head with the drum.
Did you? I couldn't tell if it was right behind me. Yeah. It was like right above me.
Okay, maybe that was motivating.
I did hear it.
all right, you guys, just got done and back from shooting with Trey. Got something to eat. I actually did not eat nearly as much as I was supposed to after my run. So ate a ton of food, and I'm gonna make sure to try and make up for it by just eating a bunch of snacks and a big lunch and stuff like that. But anyway, we got some work to get into today, just sitting here at the desk, probably for the rest of the day. I've got a wedding I need to wrap up the edit for. It's actually a really cool wedding. It was filmed in Zion National Park. A little more on that later. I'm probably gonna upload the footage that I just shot right now, just because whenever I don't upload footage right after I shoot it, it just ends up getting lost, or I forget about it, or it's just a hassle later. So I'm gonna upload that right now, answer just a couple of quick emails and text messages, and then get into finishing this wedding edit. It's about 11:30. So I'll probably work for a couple hours and then take a quick lunch, and then get back at it for another few hours to wrap up the day. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek at the wedding film I've been working on.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy?
The thing is I haven't really done like a destination wedding yet. And so every once in a while you make a video that you know in your mind is gonna like take your brand to the next level. And if you don't do it right, then your brand isn't gonna go to the next level. And this is kind of that video for me. It technically wasn't a destination wedding, it was kind of an elopement thing, and then they're doing a reception actually in a couple weeks. But this is my first chance to make a video that makes it look like I am a destination wedding videographer. And so I really, really need to crush this video. When I first started my company, it was really just because I liked making videos, and I heard that some businesses pay people to make videos, and so I made it my goal to try and get paid to make videos. And then I slowly started getting paid to make videos for a variety of different companies, and I didn't really know what I wanted to like niche in. There was like people doing gym content and weddings and restaurants, and I decided I'm just gonna do all of it, see what I like, and then niche down. And that was like generally a good plan, but now I'm at a point where I've done so many different things: real estate, restaurants, marketing, social media, weddings. And I do know what I like and what I don't like, but I sort of have my hands in so many different things and have past clients and everything. And I realized pretty early on that like pretty videos aren't necessarily what is going to make a good business. People pay for that, but it's become more and more relevant the last few years that you need to have some sort of return on investment on your videos, especially with social media and marketing videos. I want to break my video business up into two separate businesses. One is called RH Media, which is that's what the business is called now. And that I want to create a package around social media content, some ads management, and just some AI fulfillment. Like that is like the business that gets clients leads. I also want to do some work with like nonprofits and kind of some bigger, more cinematic films as well. I sort of want that to be under the umbrella of RH Media. And then I want to start another company that's actually called Taylor Films. Taylor is my middle name, and so I'm going to call it that. And I'm actually using this video to sort of start that company. That's going to be strictly a wedding film business. So I'm still trying to play around with the idea of like what it's actually going to look like running technically two separate businesses, because they are two separate business plans, two separate websites. I mean, it's a totally different offer, but I do like weddings, and I also like the idea that AI is never going to be able to film a wedding. And with the landscape of everything that we're doing as videographers, it's just changing so rapidly. I'm trying to use AI as much as I can and implement it into the videos and into the marketing processes of RH Media, and then also have, you know, a business that is AI proof, so to speak. That's kind of the ideas I've been having recently. I've still got a year of school left, and I'll figure it out once I get there, but that's sort of where I'm at this point. All right, you guys, just wrapping up the day of work. It's about 6 o'clock. I think I'm gonna go start making dinner. We were able to get that wedding video done. I haven't sent it off yet because, like I was talking about earlier, I'm kind of transitioning from RH Media being still weddings to starting Taylor Films. And so really I spent the rest of the day trying to figure out how I'm gonna go about getting all of the assets and logos and the color palette and everything like that for Taylor Films, so that I can attach some of those assets to the social media page and then also to the actual video itself. So, but really it's just a bunch of basic, boring stuff that we're taking care of. You sleepy?